Do you really enjoy being in the grind of the day-to-day operations? Or do you want to elevate out of that and really step into your CEO role in a different kind of way? Not being an employee, but being the executive officer of your business, the person who is happy and fulfilled in how you are leading your business. If you're stuck in those day-to-day operations, it's going to take a couple of changes on your part in order for that to start to look different for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Consultant CEO Podcast. I'm your host, Brashana Miller. I'm always excited to be here with you all today. This podcast is for women who are leading their consulting businesses as a CEO, and they serve client organizations in the corporate space, and they are tired of being the overworked employee in their business, and they want to scale their business with leadership, with a team, and be able to ultimately increase their revenue and do what they really love and be the CEO that they were meant to be. I teach you about the internal business side of your consulting business because that is really important in what it's going to take to scale your business. A lot of times I see people who are constantly just telling you about launch your business, start your business, how to get corporate clients, how to go after those big contracts. And listen, I am all here for that. But aside from that, I want to say that regardless of whether you are going for a $10,000 contract or if you are going for the $25,000, $50,000, $150,000 contract, after you've won that work, you have to be able to manage that work. And along with managing that work is you have to be able to manage the business side of doing your client delivery. There's two sides of your business. There's the client facing side, and then there's the internal side. And most of the time, a lot of your time is focused on all of the external stuff. You're working with clients, you're doing marketing, you're doing sales, you're doing all of the phone calls, but the inside part, the internal side of your business also needs your leadership. And so that's what this is all about, is to really help you understand the internal business side of your consulting business. So when you are getting those really big contracts, you know that the inside part of your business is also being taken care of. So that's what we're all about here on this platform. And on today's episode, which I'm really excited about, this is a good one. We're going to be talking about the consultant trap. I have even felt the pains of this, is being stuck in your business, working in your business rather than on your business. How many of you have been feeling stuck? And some of you are right there right now. You are focused more on working in your business instead of working on your business. We're going to talk about that today and just really share some tips on how we can shift you on out of there so you can elevate your inner CEO. One of the common struggles that most consultants will deal with is being in that consultant trap. When you started your business, you were wearing all of the hats. You were doing everything. You had to put on your superwoman cape so that you could really grow your business to the level that you wanted it to. And I get it. And we all have been there. But it gets to a point in your business where you start to get a little tired, things start to get a little old, and you start to feel overwhelmed. And by the time you realize you are overwhelmed, you are way gone. You are far past that breaking point. And you just got to the place in your business where now you're just surviving. You're just trying to stay afloat. You're just trying to not throw in the towel. You're trying to make sure that you're continuing to do good client delivery when really all you want to do now is just go have a seat on the couch. Okay. So I want to help you come out of that place from surviving and get back to a place where you can thrive in your business as a CEO. That's not an overworked consultant, but a CEO that is leading her business from a healthy place. Now, one of the things about being stuck in this trap is that it causes you to not be able to focus as a CEO because the day-to-day operations, these things have to keep going. These are the things that you have to keep moving and making sure that things are going well so that your business can continue to grow. Your business can continue to make money and you can continue to satisfy these clients that you've worked so hard to get. But you have to understand that there is going to come a place in time when it's not going to be sustainable. And if you are doing that and it's got you to the place where you are now, where you've been able to grow your business, but then you have to get to that point where there's a decision that you have to make as to what do you really want your business to be like? And what do you really want your life to be like? Do you really enjoy being in the grind of the day-to-day operations? Or do you want to elevate out of that and really step into your CEO role in a different kind of way? Not being an employee, but being the executive officer of your business, the person who is happy and fulfilled in how you are leading your business. If you're stuck in those day-to-day operations, it's going to take a couple of changes on your part in order for that to start to look different for you. Some of the things that you can do that will help you start to come out of this consultant trap and start working on your business is to have a clearly defined role and responsibility for yourself as the CEO. When you started your business, you played every role. You had all of the responsibilities. You had to do everything. So there was no line in the sand as to what you did and what you didn't do because you did it all. And if you didn't do it, it didn't get done. But now that we are taking the time to start shifting in how you're showing up in your business, you're going to have to document your role and your responsibility as a CEO, not what you're doing today, because you may be doing more things than what you should be doing. But I'm talking about your role and your responsibilities as a CEO. You have to set your role and responsibility from the start. It starts with you at the top. That means that you have to know that, one, you are already responsible for the vision. You're responsible for setting the stage, setting the tone, setting the overall strategic direction of your consulting business. So you have to know what that vision is, and you have to know exactly what the direction is and how you as a CEO are going to steward that and how you're going to lead with that, because the business is truly dependent upon you to be the guide in how it's going to grow and how it's going to move forward and how it's going to be sustainable over the years. Think about what you want to achieve, not just in the short term, but think about what you want to achieve in the long term. Where do you see your business 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself as a CEO? Have you given yourself time to think about how you want to feel and how you want your business to feel and how you see yourself showing up as a CEO every single day? My next point is you need to also understand what kind of help do you need to bring into your business so that then you can be that CEO. You have roles, you have some talent gaps, some skill set gaps that you need to fill. If you know that there are things that you are doing that's really not your skill set, that's not why you started your business. For example, you do software development or you do some type of project management. Maybe that's one of your things and you provide project management or software development. That does not mean that you are an expert at being a social media person. Now, you may have had to learn how to do some of that, but that's not why you started your business. You started your business because you wanted to leverage your skills, your talents, your gifts, your expertise, and you wanted to take that into the corporate space and really make a difference in the lives of people in the organizations that you serve. So when you are starting to scale your business with a team, that gives you the opportunity to be able to really stand fully in your CEO role and in your zone of genius while you have other people that are helping you along the way. So once you have your roles and responsibilities for yourself as a CEO, you have to also start thinking about, well, what are the roles and responsibilities that I need in my business so that people can support you? So think about some of the things that you have been doing all along and then start to write out some of those roles and responsibilities as well. One of the key benefits of having a team of people, it frees you up. It gives you time to be able to focus on those long-term goals. And it gives you time to really think clearly and really think long-term and strategically about your business. It frees up your time to do those actual CEO things that no one else can do but you. If you remember back in some of the previous episodes, I talked about buoyancy in your business. Buoyancy is what your team gives you. When you put a ball on the water, the ball floats because there's buoyancy, and the buoyancy allows that ball to stay afloat and it doesn't sink. If you don't have someone that's going to help you stay afloat so that all of those things are not just rushing in and compounding on you and causing you to feel like you're just drowning under the weight of all the things, you're going to need to start thinking about how you want to start building your powerhouse team. So I want to share with you some pillars that you can consider when you are wanting to come from working in your business to on your business. Pillar number one, vision and direction. When you have a clear vision and direction for your business, that means that now you have a sense of direction, purpose, and you're able to make better decisions for your business because you understand where you're going. You're not just doing things day to day, making decisions just based on day to day things. You're not being reactive. You're not constantly fighting fires. You understand this is the business. This is the vision. These are the goals. These are the objectives. This is what I want to achieve in the next 3 years. This is what I want things to look like, be like, feel like, you name it. And you're making decisions from that place. So you have a North Star and your business has a really good system for how to move forward. So having that really big 40,000 foot view of a vision and direction for your business. The second pillar is building your team. If you want to have that high level overview of your business, you're going to need a team that's going to support you on some of those smaller things, mid-level things that you have now decided to promote yourself out of. You want to have a team that is going to free up your time and allow you to focus on more strategic long-term activities. And most importantly, have a team that is also going to be committed to the vision and have the same shared sense of values as you. The next pillar is systems and processes. If you want to bring on a team, you want to make sure that you have a good foundation so that when you're bringing people onto your team, you're not bringing them into chaos, because more people inside of chaos just means more chaos. And that's going to be a lot more stressful for you. So make sure that you have some systems and processes in place. Now, I think it's important to remember to keep it simple, because systems and processes can get super complicated to the point that you can get lost in your own stuff. I have worked with clients and the tendency is that complications seems to always look the best. The more complicated it looks, the more fancy it looks, the more impressed people will be. We want to make sure that we are delivering value. You want to make sure that your systems and your processes are delivering value for you, delivering value for your clients. It's easier to build from something simple than try to take something that's overly complicated, break it down and rebuild it. Now, sometimes that is what needs to be done and that's fine, but start with simple, go from there. Pillar number 4 is know your numbers. You definitely want to know your numbers because you're growing a business. And in order to have a business that's scaling, you need to know what you're scaling and how do you know you're scaling. A lot of consultants, they just have their CFO or their financial manager, and they'll just say, I give that over to my accountant, my bookkeeper, my CFO. They take care of that. I don't really know. They just give me a number at the end of the month or at the end of the year is usually the case. They'll just give them a number at the end of the month and say, well, this is how much you made. But you really need to know your numbers more than just at the end of the year from your tax accountant. You need to know, how are you going to support this team? You need cash flow to support the team. You have to get a little bit closer in to your numbers so that you know what you are working with. That allows you to make more intelligent, data-informed decisions about your business so that when you're faced with a decision, you look at your vision, you understand what's important to you, your values, and you also have your numbers and you understand this is what I'm working with. That allows you to really make decisions faster, but also more confidently. And it's not based on emotion and it's not based on what you feel and what's happening at that very moment, but you really have a good sense of how you want your business to move forward based on the data that you have in front of you. I'm not saying you have to become a financial whiz, not saying you have to become a CPA, a tax consultant, a bookkeeper, but it's important that if you have a CFO or someone who is managing your books, I would definitely recommend that you are having a standing meeting with your finance manager where you are going over these numbers. This is going to be really important when you have a team because now not only is the money coming in for you, but now you have money coming in for you, money going out, whether it's contractors or employees, and you really need to make sure that payroll can be met. Pillar number 5 is culture and leadership. You want to have people who share the vision. You want to be able to socialize that vision as well as socialize your values. So when you have team members that they feel a part of the organization, they feel included, and they don't feel like a fish out of the water because one of these people are not like the other, and they just feel very awkward and maybe don't feel like this is the place for them because they can't be themselves. And so you want to be able to foster that type of growth and culture in your environment where people have psychological safety, not only to just show up and do their work, but also to have open, honest communications with you and with other team members and have good growth, just professional development. And when everybody is growing together, that means that the business is stronger as it can possibly be, and everybody's moving in sync. And when you start to implement those pillars, being really clear on your role, really having a rock solid powerhouse team that believes in the vision, is committed and shares the same values as you, and are committed to growth. They're committed to supporting you as the CEO and really help the business grow. And knowing that when you grow and they grow, the business grows. It doesn't really get any better than that. When you have a team that has cohesion, that has communication, that has commitment, and they're contributing to the vision of the organization, that makes such a huge difference. So those are the 5 pillars that I wanted to share with you so that you can start to stop working in your business, start working on your business so you can be the CEO that you were meant to be. I'm really committed to helping you to stop being the overworked consultant in your business and really elevate in your inner CEO. And it starts with these 5 pillars here today. If you are wearing multiple hats, all the hats in your business, the more that you are trying to do in your business, the more hats that you are putting on yourself as a CEO in your business, that means that you are trying to put out 3 times the amount of work. You have to be focused on the big picture. And realize that when you are bringing help into your business so that you can start coming out of that overworked consultant place, you have to realize that when you bring people on, that you are actually making an investment. And that's how you're able to increase the output or increase just the work that you're doing. You're able to handle more work in your business. You can increase your capacity when you increase the time and the resources that you are making available to yourself. So if you're trying to maintain all of the work as a solo type CEO without having to outsource, hire, you are really being less productive because you just can't get all of it done. If you find yourself in this situation, it's just not really sustainable. And I want to help you elevate. We're all elevating together. And so think about how you're trying to do 400%, 300%. You pick the number, but you are doing way more than 100% of work while you're trying to grow and scale your business. And it's just going to be really tough. And it's going to lead more to burnout than actually you seeing the growth and the profitability that you want. Here's something that I want you to do today. I want to challenge you. I want you to write down all of those things that you are currently doing. And I want you to identify, is this a CEO activity or is it not? Very simple. I tend to think more clearly when I have pen to paper and can write things out and see it because I'm a visual learner. I like to bring words to paper. So that's what I do. But my point is that if you were to take time and just really write that out, think about what you're doing and is it a CEO activity or is it not? And then put them in departments. So if you're doing marketing, sales, networking, write down what area of business is this? Is it in the marketing department? Is it in the sales department? And see where you're spending your time the most. I want you to stop grinding yourself so hard on all the things that's really holding you back. It is true in the saying that sometimes you have to go slow in order to get faster. Sometimes you have to stop and pause just to really get redirected and recalibrate. I want you to remind yourself of this every single day, that today I'm going to show up as the CEO of my business and I am here to support you in doing that. So remember, elevate in your inner CEO. It's time to grow. All right. See you next time.